The next stage of the process is the founding of permanent stream. In the state.
Hello guys, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back with me Dhimas Prihandhono on my channel. Well, on this occasion, I wanna explain to you about something. Maybe I guess you're familiar with this one. Do you know what is this? Yeah, that's right, terasi. As the Indonesia community, we certainly already know about this one. We usually eat this as a mixture of several types of food. Like this, and this. So yummy, right? Well, but in this chance, I don't want to explain you about that. I want to explain you about terasi in chemistry. Okay, are you curious? Let me begin. Indonesia is the largest archipelago in the world, which 2/3 of it is ocean. Indonesia has a strategic position and environmental aesthetics that are difficult to compare with other island nations. The beautiful island cluster and the diversity of biological resources promise economic potential. Indonesia is known as the country with the greatest biodiversity and sea in the world because it has unique coastal ecosystems such as mangrove forests, coral reefs, and seagrass beds. Coastal areas are areas that have a number of uses. The variety of uses in coastal areas is greatly influenced by the presence of a number of important ecosystems, such as coral reefs, seagrasses, and mangroves that are able to provide a number of resources for human use. For people who live in coastal areas, the existence of resources such as fisheries resources influences community livelihood patterns. This can be seen from the presence of a number of multiplier effects from the utilization of fisheries resources, such as processing fishery products. One of the famous processed fishery products is terasi. Terasi is fermented shrimp or fish product with the addition of salt and with no other added ingredients allowed. The fermentation process is an attempt to preserve food ingredients through the breakdown of complex substances into simpler substances. The resulting product has different properties from the original and a distinctive color according to the raw material used. Fermentation is the breakdown of complex compounds, especially proteins, into simpler compounds under controlled conditions. When fermentation takes place, proteins are hydrolyzed into amino acids and peptides. Fats are broken down into fatty acids and glycerol, and carbohydrates are fermented into lactic acid. For your information, terasi contains several nutrients that are very necessary for the human body. The study of terasi reports that in 100 grams of terasi contains some nutritional content, such as protein, fat, carbohydrate, minerals, calcium, phosphor, iron, and water. You can see them at the table. Terasi has a distinctive aroma and taste that attracts consumers because terasi is well liked. Terasi is a cooking spice made from fermented shrimp, shaped like a paste and black-brown in color. Terasi has a sharp odor and usually used to make chili paste, but this is also varied in various traditional Indonesian recipes. Shrimp terasi generally has a better taste compared to fish terasi. Products made from small fish or rebon are processed through ripening or fermentation process. Making terasi is mostly done by residents in coastal areas traditionally. Making terasi has also been produced on a large scale by modern factories. There are two types of terasi traded on the market: shrimp and fish terasi. Shrimp terasi generally have a reddish-brown color to the product produced, while on fish terasi the results are blackish. Shrimp terasi generally has a higher price than fish terasi. And then, how terasi made? The process of making terasi begins with the process of washing and sorting to separate impurities. The next stage is the process of drying shrimp. The drying shrimp process is carried out till the shrimp water content is reduced or the condition of shrimp in half dry. To pound the shrimp using traditional mash tools. In the process of pounding shrimp, also added salt to taste. The fermentation process is carried out after the pounding process and takes 1 day. And the next stage of the process is the pounding of fermented shrimp. In the second pounding stage, the shaping process is also carried out. And then, the last stage is drying. Drying aims to make the terasi not too salty. Terasi has a distinctive reddish-brown color. The color is influenced by astaxanthin pigment in shrimp shells. Terasi can experience a browning reaction that causes decolorization of color, so that the color of the terasi turns dark. The process is influenced by the presence of PPO or polyphenol oxidase enzyme in the body of shrimp. In this reaction, salt serves as an inhibitor of the development of PPO on the body of the shrimp, so that the browning reaction can be prevented. The substances are generally considered safe, but their use is limited because it can affect the taste of the product. Sodium chloride can inhibit the work of PPO, where the inhibitor process increases when the pH decreases. The effect caused by sodium chloride is interacting with copper in the active location of PPO. Addition of salt will inhibit decay bacteria and help the activity of lactic acid bacteria and halophilic fermentative in converting carbohydrates, proteins, and fats into lactic acid, volatile acids, alcohols, and esters, which can reduce the pH of the product, so that more salt is used, then terasi texture will be more dense and compact. Salt can attract water in food, so that the water in the food medium will decrease and microorganisms will not grow. The more salt you add, the distinctive odor of terasi and the sharp aroma will disappear. The addition of salt with high levels can inhibit the rate of activity of proteolytic enzymes and fermentative bacteria that cannot stand salt. Do you know how salt works in terasi making? The salt content added in the ingredients decreases with the fermentation process. Decrease in salinity sodium chloride is caused by the breakdown of sodium chloride into its constituent ions, namely Na+ and Cl-. Na+ ions is needed by lactic acid bacteria as a growth factor, whereas Cl- ions bind to water to form hydrochloric acid, so that the amount of water in the material decreases and forms an acidic atmosphere. Terasi made from rebon has a more distinctive odor than terasi from other ingredients. The distinctive aroma produced by terasi comes from a volatile compound from protein decomposition. This is because rebon shrimp has high protein content, so the highest levels of glutamic acid are found in terasi. The formation of glutamic acid through the process of ripening or fermentation and plays an important role in the formation of umami taste in cooking. Glutamic acid can be obtained from glutamine. Glutamic acid is a non-essential amino acid that is charred and can be produced by the human body. Glutamic acid contains glutamic ion so that it can stimulate several types of nerves on the human tongue. This property is often used in the flavoring industry. The sample of terasi with the highest protein content is the best terasi because the nutritional component that supports the quality of terasi can be seen from the high protein content. Amino acids obtained from the salt fermentation process through the breakdown of raw material components by the activity of degrading enzymes. For example, protease, amylase, and lipases are precursors for the emergence of umami flavors. Okay, I think that's all for my explanation. Thanks for watching. Hopefully it can be useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.